9 plus 7 is 16.
I'm not getting it.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, all
Let me
right.
just find. Let me find a way to, square root of 144.
Okay,
That's
12. Let's say 12.
that's 12.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not even forgetting the method I even saw this guy.
Yeah.
1 plus 6 plus 9 divided 2. I think that one is cube root of maybe square root 25. Okay, like for instance, they give you what's the square root of 25.
Okay.
Do you understand? Let me
Okay.
start by saying you just say 2 plus 5.
Okay.
2 plus 5 is 7.
7. Yeah.
Then the 2 that is giving you the square root, you just subtract it from 7. That's 5. The answer is 5. You just have arrived at the answer.
Okay. So
Do you
that means,
understand now?
okay. That means if someone try to find the square root of 64, which is 8.
Yes, 6 plus 4 is 10 minus 2, 8.
Okay.
You see, the very fast way.
That means you
Because
subtract 2, not the 6 and 4.
no, 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 no. When you have the square root of 64, you
Yes.
first plus the 6 and 4.
Okay.
That will give you
10.
10.
Yes.
You are looking for the square root, which is the 2. You might subtract the 2 from 10, it will give you 8. So square root of 64 is 8.
That's what I'm saying. Where is that 2 coming from?
Because it's square root.
Okay, the square, the one on top.
Normally, when you do
Okay, I've
square root,
grabbed. Okay, I've grabbed now.
normally when you do square root, you can do that sign of square root and put 2 at the front.
I'm sure.
But you don't need to put the 2 because everybody knows the square root. It's only when it's a cube root that you put 3.
Okay,
Do
okay.
you understand what I'm saying? So
Now,
even for the fact I'm saying that square root, square root, that's 2.
mm,
That's 8 raised to power 2.
yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to do. Yes, I've understood now. The first two now, that's 5 and 6. Now, I'm trying to get 9. I mean 7 and 9. So I try to do 9 immediately now.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
That's
81. Let's say 81 now.
mm-hmm.
So the square root of 81 is 9. So if we add it together, that is 10. Now subtract the 2, is giving me back 8.
89, 81. That's
81.
9 times 9, Abi.
Yes.
9 times 9, that's square root of 8 plus 1, 9 minus
Yes.
2. In fact, I will have to watch the guy
Video
video again
again.
to understand.
Okay, okay.
But I just
I
put
understand. I understand. Me too. I just like to.
in fact, when I saw it, and I did a lot, and I got it right.
Yes.
Maybe I'm not explaining it very well
Very
now.
well.
I'm watching it
Okay.
again. But
Okay.
the reason why I didn't even put my mind into it is I don't need such
So
information. You
okay.
understand?
Exactly.
But I was
Exactly.
just surprised when I
If,
saw it. I don't know if you know this guy on YouTube, on Facebook. He's on Facebook.
what's the name?
Esomnofu. It's a
Esomnofu.
German
Okay. Okay.
on Facebook. I
Okay.
saw it on his page. Let
Okay.
me even check it now to be sure. So I won't sound as if I'm blabbing.
Maybe you can just help me by sending the name.
I'll send you the link. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
So I'll try to get some other information from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's
So
get.
I've done the reading before, but you can easily run through it. Tell
Okay.
me what you know or what you understand that
Okay.
maybe it will be different from
Okay. Exactly.
what
So
I said. Yeah.
let me share my screen then, and
Okay,
let me use
let me stop sharing then.
let me use my account.
Oh, okay. I'm not even sharing.
Okay.
I'm not even sharing my screen, so
All right.
that's fine. You can.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone.
My screen should be up now.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Which one did I? Okay. Let me start from. Let me go home. Okay. I I also have a free account, like I've said. So because the charges
Okay.
is the charges is very it's on the higher side. So it's on the very higher side. So I have a lot of accounts that I'm using, but all of them, in fact, it's only this one that is paid is from company. Is I mean this one is from a particular company that I worked with. So
Okay.
the with what the thing we were trained on this Azure portal is majorly for security purpose, to secure apps, either web or mobile or whatever app. So and we have a lot of ways to connect with this particular Microsoft Azure. I'm very sure you are familiar with Visual Studio.
No, 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 no. I'm not.
Okay, Visual Studio is another application used to build web application. It's used to build web application on its own. If you use web application, if you use Visual Studio, these two things normally people normally mix it up out there. There's difference between Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. Both of them initially they are used to edit to create applications, but this Visual Studio of a thing is more, in fact, from experience with what me I know, is the most heavier software so far on net. That
Okay.
Visual Studio is very heavy, as in very heavy. If you install it, it will take up to 20 gig or 23 gig space out of your system. Why the one I've experienced so far, which is either mathematical or even MATLAB, they are not that rich in that capacity. But this Visual Studio is so heavy to create heavy, like e-commerce or any web application that are heavy. So the point is, from there, without coming to this Azure, you can connect. They have another platform in that particular software that you can connect, you can do your things, and to look as if you are doing it here in Azure. So
Okay.
just yes, that is Visual Studio. So what this one do in particular is security, like I've said. So the first thing is that subscription, which is this. Let me go home. I have my own free, yes, this place. So I have this subscription. Then after subscription, then we should have. Let me even pin it. Let me start so that it will be, yes. So I'll be seeing it every time. So after this subscription, the next thing is this resource group. The resource group, that is where we manage, create, then connect whatever applications we want to connect. So the first thing, we must have a resource group. So after, so if you have a source, it's like you having a phone. Let me put it that way. You having a phone. Then once you have a phone, that does not guarantee you that you can make calls, you can start browsing. So the next thing you think you can do is to get a SIM. So once you get a SIM, so the SIM is just like me. I'm just using my own language. The SIM is just like
Mm-hmm.
you creating resource group. Yes. So you can put in your either Glo, SIM, MTN, Airtel, and blah blah blah. Then if you that's creating applications now. After creating resource group will allow you to apply or to add different applications, either machines, I mean virtual machines, or like your Linux, Windows, servers, whatever. Also, you can also add web applications or even mobile applications inside this resource group. Inside this resource group. So in another share, the first thing is this subscription. Once you are done with that, if you have that, then you do this. Now, another thing is this: if you have the opportunity to be working in a particular organization, you are not the one expected to have the subscription. They will subscribe for you. So only what they will do
Okay.
is to give you access. They will create resource group for you and they will give you username and password. like what you have said before, they will create a user for you that will give you access to this subscription, and they will have limitation. They will assign some roles to you, that is to that particular username they've created for you. So having done all those things, your own is now to come to resources. So it is these resources you can now start doing whatever you want to do. For instance, you at your place, maybe I saw your contact online and I called you. Oh, you are a cybersecurity expert. I'm working on a particular. I'm individually now. I'm talking about myself. A particular organization. I own an organization, and I want you to secure it for me. All I need to do is to contact you and tell you, okay, I have a particular application, maybe under production or under whatever, or ready made. I will just want you to secure it. Now, I'm not asking you to perform vulnerability assessment only. I want you to continuously secure it for maybe years, or it will have a duration. So all you need to know, or all you need to do, is to have this environment ready, set up. Then you now ask for some details from that particular application. So that application must have what's it called? Domain name, the public IP address, or even if it is a private IP address. So the next thing is now here, this particular environment we are in here. So if you look at all of these things, we have virtual machine. So if it is virtual machine, if it is machine they want you to secure, you create it at your own end. Then why during the settings, that's why during the setup, you have the information you have collected from those company or the organization are the details you are going to use here. We are going to use here. We are going to see one. We are going to see one. Or if you are creating web applications, that is, if you want to secure web application, database, then function app. We have lot of them, sha. We have lot of them. All of these are resources. All of these are resources. And if you want to see more, you can go to this particular place. I'm very sure you can see my screen. Let me do it brighter more. So you go to the marketplace to see more resources if what you intended creating is not listed. So you have the privilege to see all of this. You have a lot of them. And even going through this race, you might not want to go through this race. Just search for it. Just search for it. Maybe SQL or whatever. SQL. Sorry, SQL. So it's going to give you all of this now. Anything that has to do with SQL, then you can click it. So I will take this as an example. So fine. These are the SQL database apps that I can play around with, or I can create. So just give me which one should we just play with. Anyone, right?
Yeah, anyone.
Okay, let's use this. So I'll click on this. So fine. Now we have the SQL database, we have the SQL managed instances, and we have the SQL virtual machines. So this one and this one, thinking of highly availability. Let me see, this one we need to look for, yes, like all these ones now, you don't just pick anyone anyhow, because each and every one of them have different price range. Because the more anyone you click is not just for free. That is why anything you do in this environment is not just for free. So I will have prepared to use latest ones, which is 2020 2022. Okay, you can still try it, since we are not going to do this thing. I'll just show you around with it. So we click on create. So once we are doing that, don't forget that this is you now. I'm assuming that this is you. those people that create this the database you are to secure, they are another team, another set of people entirely. But your own is just to secure whatever they've created, whatever they've built already. So your own is just to secure it. You're not the ones creating or building the database. So from here, you have some basic things to set up here. The subscription is the first thing they will ask from you. So the resource group that you have, this is the one I created. So I'll use yes, the meaning of this RG is that resource group. So I'll use this resource group virtual machine. I'll click on it. Then this virtual machine I'm creating, which has to do with SQL. So I can give it any name of my choice that has to do with SQL. So that whenever I want to access it, I can easily know that, oh, this is the SQL I'm working with. So I can just say VM SQL and I'm good with this. I'm good with this. Now, this resource, this region has meaning also. And what it simply means is this: where or which region will you prefer to secure your excuse me, to secure your app? Which region? So we have lot. I normally use, because I was trained with that, so I normally use US exactly. Either East, I normally use two self, East US 2, East US 2, or this East US. So I normally use either of them. So I'll click this. Then the availability zone is, I'll leave it. Then it's going to search for something. Yes, the zone 1 is telling me that zone 1 is available. So if I don't want zone 1, which I must have already understood each of these zones. If you have I think this Microsoft Azure also, we have ways to locate or to understand all these zones even here without going to Google. You can just maybe I'll try to check it, how to see. If you want Nigeria, yes, you can also choose Nigeria, Africa. That if you want them to secure your app for you, which me, I would not recommend it. So that's that. So this zone 1 is automatically chosen. Then all these places that they put asterisk, yes, this is another thing. We have chosen 2022 server already, but if you discover that the amount that will be charged is going to be too much, then you can change it. You can bring it, change it to a very lower price. So I will leave it like this. Then yes, this one is automatically 64 bits. I'll leave it that way. Yes, if you want discount, you can click this, and this discount will, yes, this discount will show you, tell you some things that you should know. So like this now, the capacity only, this our virtual machine will be evicted when Azure access the capacity, then it will disappear. Then the price of the capacity, what should happen to our virtual machine? It will also be evicted when Azure excess capacity disappear or cost exceed your specified maximum price. We are going to specify maximum price. In this account, I have $200. So I think they charge per hours. Yes, exactly. They charge per hours. So you must have done the real calculation. So let's just assume that you are working with an organization and they want you to secure a particular app for a year. So you must know how much that particular app will charge you per hour. Then you multiply per 24 hours, then multiply by 365 days, blah blah blah, to get the actual amount before you now add your own charges. And that is how it's being calculated, so that someone will not go and give rough or wrong information. So after that, I don't normally do this discount. That I just show you, I don't normally do that discount. Now this CPU, this is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. If care is not taken, yes, yes, look at what we have here. I chose, no, indirectly he chose standard B1 for me. Then this CPU, this is CPU. If I may ask, I believe you know how to check CPU of a system, right? I mean, not the processor, the cores,
Mm-hmm.
the cores. So How many cores does your system has?
My today is not in Windows.
Yes,
I use Mac.
Mac. Do you know how to check the cores?
So if you check coming up more information. Coming, I'm trying to check the
No problem.
storage.
All right, no problem.
You go to phone.
There's something I want to quickly explain there. That's why.
Mm-hmm. I know you can check the when you check the storage. Check the storage information of the system.
System.
So that's what I'm trying to.
Okay. As I checking yours, let me show you mine. I use Windows. So I normally on Windows I normally have a shortcut. So this is the shortcut. I use control plus shift plus escape. So it's going to give me the task manager automatically. So I will go to this performance. This
Mm-hmm.
performance is going to show me information about all of this. So my intention is CPU, not GPU. So I want to see how many cores I have. So this is number of cores I have, just 2. It's totally different from processor. So some system has 4, some has 8, some has 12. So it depends on the capacity of the system that will determine the number of cores. So this cores here is what we have chosen here, that this virtual machine we are creating should have just one core. This is 1V. Yes, I think this is it. Yes, 1VC. If I change it to 2 cores, it's going to increase from 10, because the number of cores will determine the number of amount. I mean the amount they are going to charge per month. So in fact, it's not even highlighting this because he already discovered that I have lesser than what that's the $200. If you look at what we have here, I have $10 per month, fine, and I have $200. That means it's still possible. If you can see my system very well, look at it, says standard. Can you see this second one? It's not something I can highlight, that's why. Okay, I can highlight it. Good. Look at, if I change the CPU to 2, that's 2 cores, it's going to charge me $123 monthly. So what if I want a CPU of 4? Even this is 16, so it's going to charge me $1,000 monthly.
Mm-hmm.
So it continues like that. It depends on the number of cores. 16 also is going to charge me approximately $1.2 monthly. If I increase it to 28, sorry, 120, I mean 32, this is $2.2 monthly. So this, all of this will be determined by what that particular organization wants to do. Will it perform very well if you create this kind of virtual machine for them? If not, that means when you get to this stage, you need to increase. Even from what we have here, it's telling me that this is recommended. And what are those things recommended? It's telling me at least 16. But me, I don't have money for 16. Even the 2 cores also is still on the high side, which is approximately $120 monthly. So this is how this one works. So I will leave it the way it is, just 1 core, which is $10 monthly. So it now says this size is currently unavailable in East. Wow, that means that organization that I have chosen, they won't accept this price. So if I have gone back, that's just it. If I have gone back, there's possibility that another organization will accept this. So I will have to go back and choose another zone, that's another region. So let me use West Zone 3. It will load. It will choose zone for me. It's just like here, it's just like now we are here in Nigeria. Let's say house rent here in Lagos. Is it the same thing with house rent in another state? No. So that is exactly what is just going on here. The region you have chosen to secure your applications for you, determines how much they will charge you. If you go to Abuja now that you want to get a room safe, a room safe in Abuja will get you, if not duplex, in some part of Ibadan, inside, I mean Oyo, inside, and from experience now, a lady, one of my students, she went for service, and she told me she's renting a room self-contained. I said, for what? She said, just for her own privacy. Okay, how much is it? I was very very surprised when she told me the price. She told me 24,000 naira. I was like, I was like, you mean, is it kitchen or bedroom you rented, or which one? He said the whole a room self. You mean a room self at that amount? So it depends on the area. That is exactly what is going on here. So this, even this zone is 40, I think. So let me choose another one. I don't know why it's loading, taking time like this. Yes, this one is available. Let me now see the price tag with this. Yes, this one, you can see this one is automatically 12 instead of 10 now. So that is just the scenario of, I've used the house rent of a thing. It depends on the location. So that's just it. So once you are done with all of these settings, excuse me, when you are done with all of these settings, yes, now this place is not advisable. This button, hibernate, enable hibernate. In fact, it even said is not supported by the image and size that I have selected, so it cannot hibernate. That means if I increase it, okay, I can't even increase it. Let me see all. Let me choose another one. Let me try to choose another one, because if you want to choose another one, you can try to discover all, then do all of these. This is one. Let me see. Okay, let me pick two this thing, the one that has two CPU. Then you just come there and then just pick select. It's going to change. Yes, two CPU. I can see the price now, whether, okay, the two CPU has changed price to approximately 160. Let me see whether this one too cannot hibernate. There are some that can hibernate. That it means after you create your app and you want to shut down your system, you are the server. You are not expected to shut down your system. You are expected to be monitoring your system. But let's assume that you are not even shutting down your system, but you have appointment somewhere else. So, and you will not be with your system. You can just set this. You can click on this. Once you click this, once you check this box, another information will be displayed. Then you can just give it time. Okay, from so particular time, this machine should shut down and automatically restart at so particular time. That means you'll be expecting two different informations here. One for setting up the shutdown or the hibernate, while the other one is to tell the system that, okay, once the so amount time, just try to restart yourself and you are good. Now we are going to have problem here, but I want us to see the problem ourselves. I'm not sure whether once I try to deploy this machine, it's going to deploy, because I have $200 and it's not going to work, but I will still try it. So here you can give it a username, any name, just username. I don't know, let's say user one. Yes, user one. What is saying? User must not include the serve word. Serious. The serve word. Okay, let me use away is 2. Okay, away is 2. Good. So I will use password. I can use my password. Okay, let me retype it. Yes. Now from here, so public inbound port allows selected port automatically. So except you have port. Now this port is recommended for you to leave if you are working with web app. you can choose HTTP. This port is automatically for HTTP. If you are using Linux, you can use this. Like your own case now, your machine will use SSH. If you are using Windows like me, I can use this one. But this is database. Assuming it is Windows, it will ask me to use this HTTP. So once I'm done with all of this, I won't change this. I can just click on review. If there's any problem that I have not done, it will surely take me back. You first of all review it, then it will now take me back. So I don't need to save, or let me just save since it's my machine. It will review my settings. Then if there's any problem, it's going to point out to where I should go back to and do the normal things. But if there is no problem, it's going to highlight this thing again for me and click on create. And once I click this create, if the amount in my balance is not up to the required amount from that machine, it's going to throw back error again. But if it will accept it, it will take like 10 minutes to deploy, and I'm done. So once I'm done with creating the resources, the next thing is now to go back to that resources and start editing whatever information you have collected from those people. Yes, it said validation passed. That is, I've done all those settings correctly. Now to create it is another wahala now. And why it's being wahala is because of that amount I have. So let's try it. It's going to take some time. Yes, this one will take, I don't know, it depends on how big, because I've created a particular machine in the past that took me roughly 18 hours to deploy, and this is not network issue because the machine is very big. So it took me up to 15 to 18 hours. I have to leave my system down. So I'll just going. Although they've told me before that it's going to take a very longer time, but this one is not going to take like that. So it's finish the first stage. So now this stage is going to finish by itself. So you just have to wait. So if you want to be sure of maybe it's still intact, you can still just click here to be seeing what is going on. Just click on this one, it will be showing you what is going on. Yes, it's creating it already. So all of this now, we have created the server. So it's not left for us after creating all of this server. It's not left for you to collect some information from the developer. Yes, let me call them developer. Whatever information they give to you, you are going to come into this particular SQL server you have created and start adding some things to them. The important thing is just the IP. You link the IP address, if there is domain name, you link the domain name. Then you do other settings. You link this virtual Microsoft server. You're now going to enable Microsoft Defender on it, and automatically is an automation machine. That's automated application. That's Microsoft Defender. It's going to do some automatic security for you and check everything that they have done at their own end, not you, at their own end. If there's any error, yes, it will now be pointing to you. Okay, do this, you set this, you do this. If there are things that you cannot do, it will give you some recommendation that you should tell them to do it, or it has inbuilt JSON files that you can use to automatically correct code also. And that's why this Microsoft Azure is beautiful. Without waiting for them for their reply, you can set up some things there. But if it is something beyond your power, you have to set it to them. I mean, send it to them to do the adjustments, and that's all. Then before you know, the application they created will be very secure. Will be very secure. This is going to it will soon finish. If you are doing this, or if you are creating this is very small, this thing. If you are creating a very large or somehow larger application, instead of you to continue to wait, once your internet is strong, just leave it and attend to some other things, come back to it, check whether it is still going on. But it's nothing less than 8 to 10 minutes, sometimes maximum 10 minutes, it will finish. Maximum of 10 minutes. Sorry, bro.
Thank you.
Um,
I think it's created already.
yes, it's creating them one by one. So to create this, complete all of these, then once they are done. So if this is just for testing, like what I'm doing, when I create any virtual machine, after creating it and I finish explanation or explaining to whoever I'm explaining to, what I'll do is to go and shut it down. Because if I fail to shut it down, the money will continue to go.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'll just shut it down. Just won't finish. I've created some like Ubuntu. When I created Ubuntu virtual machine 2024, it took longer time also. I tried there on 2022. It doesn't take that much time. So the version of the app, the virtual machine also determines, because this one will be heavier than 2020. This one will be, yes, 2020 will even be heavier than 2018. We have 2018 for SQL Server, we have 2020, we have 2022. So we just have to wait. So it's going gradually. I remember the first time I tried this thing myself, because we were just given I'll share the materials with you by God's grace. We were just given the materials that we should go and do it ourselves after paying huge amount of money. So when I got to this stage, I was like, ṣé mo ti ṣe mistake báyìí, ṣé mo ti tẹ̀ kùtẹ̀ báyìí. This thing continued to read, load. I was like, hey, mo ti jẹ gbèsè. I had to stop it, restart it again with the belief that èmi mo ṣe mistake. Unfortunately, when I decided to leave it, it was successful. I now reported that I experienced something like this. And I said it's going to take longer time. Whereas I spent more than the longer time, because èmi kàn cut with the belief I was the one doing the
That,
mistake.
you made a mistake.
Exactly. So ever since then, I'll just leave it. Satisfy yourself. Once you are done, I will attend to you. So automatically, it's going to create all of this associated with that SQL. They are going to be bearing something SQL, something SQL, something SQL. It's creating IP for it. It's creating this VNet for it, and the disk space. I think I didn't select the disk space. The disk space also, you can decide to change it. If the by default, I think it should be 40 gig, either 40 gig or 30 gig for database, because database is not that huge. Except, yes, that's one of the reasons why. If you are collecting the web developers, or let me say the app developers, whenever they are creating applications and they are expecting the users to submit or to upload files, yes, the best thing to do is to restrict the uploaded file to be a particular range of kilobyte, so that your database will not be exhausted in time. So it's better, you just that's why sometimes you just see upload your CV or upload your passport, and to give you the maximum capacity of the passport you should upload. And it's because of all of these things running at the back end, that they know that the SQL server they have can contain, maybe they have 30 gig. So if people continue to put in very large passport, before they know, it's going to occupy it. So they will now limit it that, okay, maximum of 400 kilobytes. I uploaded a particular passport for someone yesterday. A friend was trying to register for passport immigration. So if it was yesterday, I also discovered that he said they even said minimum of 2 meg, that's minimum of 2 MB. I was like, yeah, why others will be crying to maybe maximum of 100 kilobyte, but you have set your Passport, I never know, I don't know even till now whether it's a mistake, because it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Even if you know how to edit your picture very well, it will still give you a very perfect resolution, and it will still be, wow, it's still in progress, and it will still give you a good output with a very minimum size. But in the other way around, it was their own, and it was never like that before. So I don't know whether it's a mistake from them, or maybe the person that because they just implemented it. Before, it's you that you use a leg to go to immigration office to go and to do capturing, but now everything is now online. You do the capturing, you do the uploading of signature, you do the uploading of everything. The next thing is going to just go there and do the thumb printing. But now I think that app is vulnerable in that aspect. Minimum of 2 MB for passport. So I have to manually increase the size before they can accept it, which is wrong. It should be maximum of 2 MB. Even 2 MB too is too much. I trust my school. If you are uploading any file that is more than 30 kilobytes, it won't go. They don't want wahala. So we just have to wait for this. It will soon finish. It will soon finish. Just that is a database, which I know is something that is. We are going to see the details once it finish creating. I'm going to see the details. The size also matters a lot. It's better to reduce the size, especially if it's for practice like this. So the essence of this is just to create and see how we can navigate around it, and also link. Let assume you are the developer, you are the one working with my SQL or any data, any application you use. After creating database for the organization, me as a cybersecurity guy, I want to secure whatever you have created. So after creating this, now I would send the public IP from this virtual machine, send it to you to add it to your code so that they can communicate, so that I can secure it virtually without you submitting any code to me. That is the essence. We have to wait a little bit more. It's now more than 10 minutes. For serious, it should be 10 minutes. But we can't just, this is computer. You can't force them.
Yeah.
Then after this Microsoft, there is SQL Server. There's this particular thing. I think is there in the is included in the file I will send to you. I will mention it. Logic app. It is very very essential to know how to set it, and you have to be careful, very very careful, if you are setting it. That logic app is just to alert you some things that is going on, or some recommendation. For instance, now you have created your virtual SQL server, and someone, attacker, is trying to attack the SQL. So that logic app is going to automatically be alerting you through mail everything that is going on. If it senses anything malicious, it's going to alert you. But the problem is the problem is the more you receive any alert, is two-way round. The more you receive the alert often and often, the more you spend. I mean, the more subscription, the more you spend from your subscription. But it's recommended you receive alert each time you have a malicious attack or malicious activities in your app is good. But if you look at it in the other way around, the amount, the charges will be too much or too high. Is still the best thing, but if you are considering the charges, it's not good. I won't say it is good, because by the time you set your logic app to be alerting you maybe every day, and you now set a particular time, what if that time you've left not to receive alert will be the time the attacker will succeed, or yes, will attack and do their things successfully. So that's why it's good to quickly, set the logic app. I think logic app, yes, logic app, you set it to, you receive alert each time you have, or each time Microsoft Azure has any recommendations for you, you receive email. But it's just have to create another email, because if you use your normal email, I've tried it once, I regretted it. Within 5 minutes I was receiving like maybe up to 500 mails. I was like, where do I start? Because I created a lot of apps. So all those apps I was just receiving mails every second, every second. So I just have to go and off it again. And it wasted a lot of my money then. So ever since then, I don't do it for the purpose of teaching. I don't leave it as every seconds again, or every 5 minutes. No. I first of all set it for every 1 minute. When the thing continues to troop in, I set it to 5 minutes. I regretted it again. So I have to set it to 30 minutes. The same thing. The next thing I just have to go and stop it. I just have to stop it. So we have no choice than to wait for this thing, because this is where, or I should use, okay, I think I have another machine. I have another machine that I created this morning also. Let me see resources. Let me see resources. All resources. Let me see all resources. Okay. I created one for Windows 11 this morning. Windows 11. Windows 11. Windows 11. Where are you? Okay. Yes. This is demo. I use Windows VM demo. Okay. Yes. This is for Windows. So this is one I created for someone this morning also. Yes. So I use East United States Zone 2. 2 for Zone 1. So here now, if you see, it will automatically assign this public address now for here from my own end. So you now send this public address to any organization that this is what they will be using. You can set IP address for a particular app manually. Do you
Yeah.
yes, so this is how, so whatever you send to them now is not going to be linked to whatever apps they are creating. So after you must have done this, you just send this to them. So this one, you can see that it is not named. This DNS name is not given. So you can change it. You can give it maybe www dot, I don't know, test.com. So that www.test.com is what you now send to them also. They will now link it also. So each time anybody want to test run, or yes, do pen testing, whatever, you at your own end, you'll be seeing everything. If you need to do some other things, maybe security aspect, you can quickly do that here. So the one I created this morning was this capability, this. Then I have one recommendation. In case I have one recommendation, I can just, it says, yes, enable trust launch. You can see that is one beautiful thing about this. It will be the one to be recommending for you. Okay, this is what you should do. This is what I think you should do next. So I should enable trusted launch compatibility image. Once I click this, it will take me to where I will fix it. Then if I have subscription, then if my subscription is okay, then what I do, okay, what I will do, let me check what I'm doing here first. Fine, fine, this one is completed now. So this one is completed. Let me see what you can do here. It says, okay, which is this? Active. So what I will do is I will click it. Once I click it, it's telling me that either I should postpone it or I should dismiss it. Upgrade. So if I don't want to attend to this thing, I won't be the one to be searching kí ló tún ní problem, kí ló tún ní problem. Anytime I click on my machine, I will see recommendation. My target should be recommendation. Kí ló tún ti recommend fún mi, kí ni kí n tún ṣe. So it's just click and drag. So what I will do now is, I don't want to do this thing now, dismiss. No, I don't even want to do it at all. I will do it later. This is postpone. But if you want to do it now, just click on this. And if you see the condition, can you see what is there? At no additional cost. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
assuming if it's going to ask you for additional cost, it's still going to tell you how much it's going to charge. If it's going to cost you so amount, if you want to continue, you just click on it. So once you click on this, then enable trusted whatever blah blah blah. So actually, okay, this is app. Sorry, this is documentation on how to. So it says if you want to go through this thing after you enable this particular thing, this VM can be rolled back to the standard security type, not trusted launch configuration. VTMP is enabled by default. Okay, so we go to portal. You can see the instructions. See, you go to portal, then confirm that the VM generation is version 2 and select stop. Once I stop it, so it will ask me for stop. It will just give me the direction. So I should now come here, VM generation, then the overview, security type, standard. On configuration page, under security type, select the security type, drop down the list, trusted launch virtual machine. So it's just the bunch of instructions, and which mean, and the best thing is that I'm not going to be the one to be doing all these things manually. Actually, I'll be doing it parallel, but the recommendation, I will not be the one to be thinking of what I want to do. If you can see this thing very well from here, where you are at this thing, auto shutdown not enable. So it's not good to do auto shutdown like what I've said before. It's not good to do auto shutdown. Don't do auto shutdown. Make sure you shut it down yourself, so that whenever you want to come, you launch your machine. Whenever you want to shut it down, you just shut it down, so that except you are not the one that is doing the subscription yourself. If it is organization, they prefer to leave the machine running. I mean, yes, the security, they will prefer to leave it running all the time. So all this recommendation now from here is saved. From here, we are going to try it now. Then we start the machine. So once we start the machine, we now go to what's it called? We go to secure score to see whether the secure score is intact. Let's see this VMSQL. Yes, VMSQL virtual machine. Yes, this is what I was looking for. So this one security is enabled. This one security is enabled. Secure boot enable this integrity mode, and this one is disabled. So auto shutdown is disabled. Good, because if you compare it with what we have here under the security type standard, let me see what we have here. Security type trusted launch. Okay, you can change it. Just click on it. Enable just in time. This is just something that someone can just play around, and like you, I trust you. By the time you put you dedicate your time to this now, is what you have done before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
integrity monitoring, you can select it. So but the funny thing is this: anything you click, so anything you add, I mean, or you do, just have it in your mind that they are going to charge you. So to improve security, enable this just one in time. Bam, I will enable it. Just in fact, our mission is to enable to have a very high security posture. So just continue to activate everything, anything that has to do with security, anything that has to do with security. That's all. So I've set this now. So I'll wait for you to finish installing extension. Yes, it will install it automatically. Let me go back to this VM Windows, where's my VM Windows? Okay, let me come back here, let me check it. VM Windows, let me see whether it's under security. No, enable. This one is not showing me security type. Let me see my VM window. Okay, this is the one I just, okay, no, I created this one since.
No, this is the Windows.
Yes. I'm looking for the security, the security type is standard. So this one is in standard. Good. So that standard, now said after you've changed it to standard, then the next thing is this. I just want to follow the instruction. Now say on the configuration page under security type, select security type down the list. Then that standard, we are going to select trusted launch virtual machine. So under configuration, let me see, almost $0.2 per hour. Security type cannot be updated with the current image. Okay, you can see this conditional. I supposed to click on this thing and change it to trusted launch, but the image I installed is telling me this now, because I tried to minimize the cost when I was installing the image. I tried to minimize the cost. That was why. But if I have used normal image, because this CPU is just one. Let me see if I can get the VM details. It's just one. I intentionally did one with the belief they will remove all my money. Okay, it's even two self. It's two. I thought it's one. But the kind of image, the kind of image I installed is complaining that is not. But it's very simple. Once you just follow instruction, say you should come here, click on this, then go to the standard blah 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 where you have it. But here, on getting here now, it says that I cannot. Why? Because the image I install. It depends on the image you install. So if you have installed the image that is compatible, just come here and do the recommendation. That's all. You just click apply. You are safe. You are done. Yes, you are safe and you are done. Let me go back to this. I want to see the security. Okay, this one is done successfully. Oh, thank God. Okay, now let's see security. Let me see security of it. Microsoft Defender for it. Let's see. And also, I've mentioned Logic app. Fine. The reason why we are not having any recommendations is because we just created it. Fine. It's like you having you having or let me talk from my experience as an engineer, a civil engineer. If someone bought a land, does it need for someone to secure the land? Not yet. If you start building, that is where you should start securing the land. How? You have sand, you have gravel, you have all those of things on that ground. Then by the time you now start molding the building, when you get to a stage whereby OTD stage, you now put wardrobe, you put bed, you put all those house luxuries there without doors. So it's not done. But before you put door, even if there's nothing there, you don't need, in fact, no windows, nothing. is because you have rest of mind because you have nothing valuable inside. That's exactly what is happening here. Because we have nothing valuable, no connection. That is why we have recommendations. If you come back, if you shut down this system and come back in the next 3 hours, you must surely have a recommendation that, oh, you've created this app. It will now start thinking, okay, before you start putting in some of your application, I think you should do this, I think you should do this, I think you should do this. So it's even recommending for you now that you should visit Microsoft Defender for Cloud to manage security across your virtual networks, data, apps, and more. So all of these things are very, very straightforward and simple. So view all recommendation. You can view all recommendation. View all recommendation. It will tell you what to do. Okay, I think you should do this. Let me see the next. Yes. So nothing is in the app. That's why nothing is critical. No I, no recommendation yet. Here, yes, that is why. If you see another thing, I can't zoom this thing. I don't like the way they created this thing. All of these things, they are beautiful information here, but um I cannot view it except I'll be scrolling like this. So if you see their status, their risk level, they are very, very low. All of them low, 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 low. Why? Because nothing yet. But if you still want to access them, all you just need to do is this: there should be more than one owner assigned to this subscription, which means in this application you just created, no assignment rule at all. And thank God that you are familiar with assigning users. It will be very, very easier for you. Now, even here, it's telling me that okay, you should have email connection with this application. So once you click here, always you just need to ask is that input your email. The email that you feel to use to be receiving alert. That's all. Like I've said before, I won't recommend you should use your personal email. So just put in the email. Although that's why it's putting it low, that is, it's not that high. Then auto provisioning. This auto provisioning is good. You just need to fix it. Is it will give you the log, the activities of everything, either you or outsider or attackers. It will give you all the logs. So it's better you see who is coming in. And by the time you start setting your firewalls to everything, you'll be more safer, because the firewall will block, you give boundaries to anybody to connect with your application. So we have three lows, we have no medium, we have no high, no critical. So by the time, let me check for my what's it called. Okay, I'm clicking on that place. Security, zero trust policy, Microsoft Defender. Let me check this. VM Windows. I want to check for standard. Let's monitoring. Okay, not enable. I can even enable this. Is good. Just to set some things. Just to enable application health monitoring. Yes, enable it for me. Binary blah 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 protocol. Okay, save. Then the maybe that will be the last thing I will do. Fail to update this virtual machine. Windows VM error. Cannot notify extension in the VM when the VM is not running. Okay, like I've said, I didn't run the machine. Okay, let me run it. Let me start it. Start. Where's my machine? Let me run it. I'll just click on start here. So let's wait for it. So I'll quickly do the health monitoring once again. Everything is just like clicking and for example, now this machine I created, now let's assume I want to edit this thing. I can just come here and edit it. I'll give it a DNS name. Then this public address is what they should use, is the must for them to use at their own end. Let me check. It's still putting. still booting. So if I boot this machine now, it's I think, I don't know, I've forgotten. I think it's 0.02 per hour is what they are going to charge, which is not even up to $1. It's not even up to $1.
It's not even up to 1 cent.
So yes, this is the Windows 11 machine I say I created. So I created 11, I created Ubuntu, although I've deleted the Ubuntu. It's even on the other system, but I've deleted it because they're just charging me. And again, since it's not you, except you want to use it for personal practice, you can create another email and use it. So if you cannot use your this previous the current account you showed me, okay, it is start. So you can use another email to create your Azure account so that you have 1 month free access. So you can just play around with it. You have something to play around with. You grab. So I just want to enable this at blah blah blah. It's complaining about it also. Available scaling, yes, earth monitoring not enabled. So I'll just enable it. Enable notification, yes. So it was complaining about it was shut down before I was trying to enable. So once it is done, I'll go to my Microsoft Defender itself. I'll go to my Microsoft Defender itself and check the secure score. The secure posture is your target. Is target for every cybersecurity analyst. The secure score is the target for every security guys. It's still loading. Let me quickly go there and show where's Defender for Cloud. Yes, from the beginning, it's not that you have two ways of accessing Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Are you I'm coming. Hello, sis. Give me some minutes. I'm in a class. I will call you very soon. Bye. So, please, where did I stop, Seth? I said we have two ways of accessing Microsoft Defender. Yes, we have two ways of accessing Microsoft Defender. Either you access Microsoft Defender as a whole, or you create a particular application, then you now access Microsoft Defender inside that application. I'm not doing overview. So here, if you look at this, is the environment of Microsoft Defender. It's not linking to any other thing. This is Microsoft Defender on its own. Let me show us this thing. So from here, deployment is complete. Go to resources. I just want to show us the difference. Yes, this is the resources itself. Now the Microsoft Defender for Cloud, you can see that something started this one. This is the machine, so I'm accessing Microsoft Defender for Cloud inside it. So they are doing two different things. So here the secure score, in fact, very okay, very okay. See, total secure score 100%, which means this what's it called, this particular application, this Microsoft Defender itself, is this 100, it is working perfectly. Sometimes you see 40%. It means you will have a lot of things to set up, and that will only happen by the time you start creating more applications. It's possible that after I've created what's it called now, SQL. If I shut down the system and come back maybe late in the night, it must have reduced, and that reduction will indicate that guy, you need to do some other things, or just adjust some things. So by the time I fix those things, it will increase again. If I increase it, everything is working fine. It's going to read 100%. If it is not 100%, then actually it's not compulsory it is 100%. Just make sure that it is above 80%. Just make sure it's above 80%. So here is this should be your target also. That security posture, this thing should be your target. Is everyone's target. Oh, I want to see 100%. Wow. Because even though organization, what they will be after is this. All those things you are setting, they don't understand. They don't even care to know. They don't even care to know. What they want to see is, wow, okay, it's 100%. That's I'm 100% safe. If it is 80%, wow, I'm 80% safe. That is this score. That is what it does. So, and that is the target. So it's telling me recommendation, plot just one, blah blah blah. Let me see where I am. Where am I now? Okay, okay. Additional recommendation. Let's see. Click for alerts. I can click this one. I can link it. Okay. If I will need to add, if I will need to do anything, no alert. Nothing in progress. Nothing much to do here. Nothing much to do here. So these are, for example, now these are queries. In case, you can just write query exactly. You can just write query, edit, but it's not recommended you tamper with this. But you can, if you understand, this is JSON. You write code. You write, which language do you write most? Which programming language do you?
Me,
Yes.
I don't, I don't write programming languages.
Okay. I'll just
I don't actually.
I'll advise you to try one.
I
Okay.
know.
So let's
I
try
was
one.
trying to consider.
All right. Um, let me see. Complete container apps. Yes, this one is also good. Although by God's grace, I trust you. I trust you. You do even more than what I expected because you have shown you have shown me before. So I will give you some links that will even, in fact, foresee where even with all this rubbish I'm saying, it will explain everything to you. But I will advise you, maybe after this class, try to get Gmail, just to create new account so that you can flow, you can follow up. From experience, there's this thing I will just want you to focus on. That logic app and that firewall inside Microsoft Defender. Once you are able to grab those things very well, you are good. You are good.
Okay.
Yes. That logic app is kò ń ṣe pé ó le náà o, but ó kàn wá somehow technical. It's not that body. But one thing about this thing is this: like the way we train ourselves is just very simple. It's just by you read, you read, you understand, then you do whatever they ask you to do. And the beautiful part is, recommend for. That's it. It will surely recommend. It will surely recommend. Okay, this is what you should try. This is what you should try. This is, I think, what you should try. So if maybe it will still be what's it called? Tí bá ti load tán, màá try logic app yẹn wò kí n wò bóyá ó máa security post still 100. Let me see logic app whether, yes, this is logic app wise. Anything you are looking for, anything you want to do, just it's there now. This logic app now, you can see, there's no logic app in that application. Just click one, just click add, then do some setups. It's all about your email and some other things. You create the resources. Although I'm not doing it, no fẹ́ jẹ gbèsè. Ó ti show mi pẹ́pẹ́ rí. So I'll just say VM logic app. So automatically it knows work is not valid. Why? It's reading. I want to confirm. Ó yẹ kó fún mi ní .azurewebsite.com fún ẹni. I don't know why it's complaining. Okay, ó ti accept eléyìí. Kò fẹ́ kí n lo complete kíní mi. So standard, everything should be standard. Just leave it standard, then enable. Zone redundancy. Your app service plan and app is in it will be zone redundant. The minimum app service plan instance count will be 3. Then if it is disabled, this app service plan and apps in it will not be zone redundant. The minimum app service plan instance count will be 1. So let's say 1, because ó máa padà lọ. So if there's anything like this stage, I didn't do anything on storage, I didn't do anything on network, I didn't do anything on monitoring. So if it require me to do anything, it will bounce back and ó máa sọ ní the red or anyone, it will just put star validation. So tó bá ti ń validate, tó bá ti lọ successfully, okay, validate successfully. So if I create it now, I now have to set it up. By setting up here, I'll just show you the way around, but I'm not doing the setup. So this logic app and the firewall and so many other things, I will look for the link now, then I will send to you. I'll look for the link and send to you. The logic app is very, very beautiful. So you don't need to be in fact, just be checking your mail. Any activity that is going on with the app, and that is what company want to see. Now you don't even need to put your your mail account. Put the company's account there. Just put the company's account there, so they'll be the one to be receiving all those things. So it's complaining about something, deployment, whatever, blah blah blah. This, disable, not enable description. Subscription ID. Don't know why this. Let me see. I don't know why it's not adding.
Check the message section for us to know why.
It's complaining about the subscription. VM logic app. Make more coffee. Okay. Okay, correct. Standard. Okay. Plan type. Okay, standard. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, I chose one before. Alright. Sometimes it will be showing you this pay as you go is good. Let me dismiss this first. Says deployment name. It's talking about the deployment name. Details, code, invalid template deployment message. The template deployment blah 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 is not valid according to the validation procedure. The tracking ID. So the deployment name, that's the name I gave to the app. Hope you grab it. Is the name I give to the app that is complaining about.
Yeah, that's the VM.
Yes. Just let me try to create. I'll do one that is not. Okay, let me still use these resources. That logic app. Okay, okay, let me use this. I think this is, I used this one earlier last time I worked with it. Because it's sending recommendation. So I use send rec to create that one, and that one worked fine. Let's see what this one will do now. Let's see what this one will do. Still complaining. Okay, this is not valid according to the validation period. The tracking, wait, logic app, water, which other one? Wait for a resource, check this, which other one? The name first. Maybe this is what this is one of the challenges. It's good to experience this kind of thing. This, I purposely mentioned this logic app because I know it's something very important to do, and at the same time is don't know. Let me create another resources. Logic app. Let me just say logic app. Logic app. So I'll use send. I'll use send recommendation. Send rec. So let me use double this time around. Okay, accept. Not finding your app service plan. Try a different. Oh, I'm there. All right. Standard new AS Logic app. Windows plan. Let me check this Windows plan. Although I don't need it. Okay. One CPU. 2 CPU. Okay. This is one of the reasons why it's not load. It's not going. It won't go. Can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the workflow standard stuff.
Yes. It's charging me 120, 180, 182.
Oh, okay.
Whereas I have 200.
So there is no free plan here.
Yes. They happy. That's what. Then I had to go and remove it. Mi ò mọ̀ pé mo ti jẹ gbèsè. Mo kàn receive mail before I realize that this owó ti lọ. So although this app is just something that someone should know or play around with, it's very easy to set up. The only challenge there is this creation to create it. Once you are able to bypass all of these stages now, so once it's finished deployed successfully, you just click on that app. So once you click on it, it will just ask you to input your mail, that is the source where you want me to be sending informations to. Then it will now ask you what kind of, you should select all the necessary information, the recommendation I mean, that you want to be receiving. If you want any malicious activities in the app that it should be sent to you, you click it. It's not even you that will be thinking. Everything will be listed, thousands of them. But if you have a target, if you have a plan, okay, this is what I want to receive, you have a bar that you can search. Just click on it. Okay, this is what I want. It will summarize anything related to it for you. Then you now click on whichever one you want. It should be automatically add. When you are done, you just test it. You receive some mails that okay, it's working. Then you can just go and feel relaxed. You can just go and feel. So anytime you pick up your device and you see some malicious activities, you can quickly just log into your system and you do the necessary setup again, recommendations, and fix them, and you are good. So I've noticed something now. It said this region has a quota of 0 workflow standard cost for your subscription. So subscription got only problem. So my subscription has problem. I don't have enough. Assuming I've changed this thing to pay as you go. Card mi ti jẹ gbèsè. So assuming I put it as pay as you go, it will just go automatically go and deduct my money. So but that logic app, you should just have it in mind that it's something that you must, in fact, even if you watch video, once you watch the video you understand it, but just to practice it is the next thing. So I will send you the details. Even àwọn nǹkan tí mo ráyè sọ gan, you can just view them and see them. In fact, I have the resources I have for Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Entra ID, and the Microsoft Sentinel. You've heard about Microsoft Sentinel too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all those three, once you master all those three, Baba, you are good. As in you are very okay. How's your this thing your pen testing your level in pen testing?
Yeah, just normal. Like if you're testing like a site now,
Okay.
once the pen testing site, just check on for the open the ports and try and see if you can detect depending on what is open.
Okay.
See if you can get it. I can do all those ones. Or maybe you're trying to test the system, trying to exploit, just try and look for the exploitation that is possible
Okay.
on that system. Then you can just go
Have
for
you
it.
worked? Have you tried to work on real life website before? As in real website to pen test real website.
No, no, I've not. I've not.
Okay. Actually, it's illegal. So it's only when you have.
Yeah. Because I tried to work on a particular one that was kind of a project. Do you understand?
Okay.
You know, because even if you have to go into a company to pen test a
Mm,
site or an address or application, you need permission to do that.
of course.
So you can just say you want to do. If I want to try to do to Nmap Google, it will
Mm,
tell you that there are some things that are blocked.
yes.
Some will not allow you do the recon that you want to do.
Yes.
So it's
One
a
of one of
lot.
the reason why is not ideal. It's not ideal to do the pen testing without the consent of the organization. It's very simple. It's because of this aspect we are in presently, this security aspect. Like we have said now, that any malicious activities, anything that the attackers are doing, it will be alerting them here, and there's no way
Mm.
they will trace it back. If you use VPN, say you want to change your location, na lie, it won't work. This Microsoft Defender or this Microsoft Azure will expose your your location. What is it called? Your GPU. Is it GPU or the
GPS.
GPS? Exactly. It will expose your GPS, and so there's no application for changing GPS. There's no application for it. So even if you change your application, I mean your location to Dubai or whatever, the GPS will be exposed. So that's why, if you say you are doing it for practicing, they will surely find you. So that's why we do say, don't, without their consent, don't do such. So actually, I've worked with some real projects, but it's not even still not recommended, still not
Okay,
advisable.
this one I want to ask you.
Okay.
For you to be able to do all those testings, that's why you need metasploitable now.
Yes, exactly. You
So,
have
but
metasploitable.
I have a problem with that metasploitable because I didn't install. I don't know if your VMware will work to be able to install metasploitable to launch metasploitable and Kali. Do you understand?
Okay.
Because I tried to launch it using my I couldn't use VirtualBox, so I had to
Okay.
use UTM.
Okay.
You know, UTM works with VirtualBox works with Apple, but my own chip is M2, so I think it didn't work with it. So I had to use UTM to be able to load my Kali, my virtual machine.
Machine. Okay.
You can actually use that same UTM to load your Metasploitable, but I noticed when I launch both,
Okay.
one has to go off for the other. I can't launch same at once,
Same at
and
once.
you must be able to launch the two
The two, so that you can do whatever you
for you
want to
to
do. It must
exploit.
be up.
Yeah, for you to be able to exploit it, the both has to be up.
Okay. This is what I will just suggest. This is what I will suggest. It's not that it can work. You just need to. I think you just need to do some settings on your system. Like this core of 18, I I asked of.
I have it. Yeah, I have it.
So you have 8 core. So
Yes,
you
I
should
have.
you should assign that's machine. It's not supposed to be even hanging. It's not supposed to be even hanging. 8 calls will do perfectly extraordinary well. Èmi tí mo ní 8 call gan, I have two and I'm running the two.
Yeah, I think the problem may be with the UTM that I'm using now.
Okay, okay. Actually, I've not been using MacBook. I'm very sure MacBook should have VMware. As
Well,
in
yeah,
maybe Pro,
Mac,
or if it is not Pro.
MacBook can use virtual box to bots. My own cannot use it. I think because of the chip. You
Okay,
know, it can be M1, M2. I think they've got it
okay,
to M4
okay,
now. So I
okay.
have M2 chip. So I think it depends on the chip. So I
Okay.
couldn't, when I was doing that, I
Because
couldn't use
that kind of
virtual
your that
box.
kind of your own machine can even run. In fact, let me mention the machine that can run together. Parrot is heavier. It's even heavier more than Kali.
Yeah.
If you launch Parrot, it will work fine with that kind of course. If you launch Kali along with it will run. If you launch what is it called? Oracle, because there's this useless, it's not useless, very heavy database Oracle that can even freeze system. That 8 core will work fine. All you just need to do is to assign some cores to them and leave like
Mm,
four cores for your main host. If you leave 4 cores for your
yes.
main host and distribute one for them, they work fine. This system I'm using, it has 2 cores. I can launch Kali Linux, I can launch Metasploitable, I can also launch GVWA along with it. 3 machines at the same time. Talk of your own powerful machine. Maybe you should just try to just do that. It's a very very powerful machine. You should just try, because if you want to do any pen testing now, you need to launch the two, at least two, the
Yeah.
testing tool, which
You
is
need
the
to launch
Kali, and
two.
at least one vulnerable machine. One vulnerable machine.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've
Um,
been trying to do. Because, okay, for the core now, I just use for default core.
hmm,
Okay, maybe I'll check the settings
okay,
and see if I'll be able to launch it.
all right, all right. So this what's it called? This logic app of a thing is because of the subscription. That's why we can't just do much about it.
Which one? Which one are you talking about?
The logic app, logic app.
Oh,
This
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is because of the subscription I have. Okay, let me see. Because I don't have anything, I just apply. Let me do it one month, because this logic app, I just like it. Although it's Ogbo law, but I just like it. To make someone to be on the safer side. Make someone to be on the safer side. Raise two is blah blah blah. Let me try for the last time. Oh, still the same thing. Okay.
It's it. Okay.
Yes, it's still the same thing. But I've worked with it before, so I really enjoyed it. And it's according to the instructors also. It's emphasize on it that it's something that we should not joke with. So I'm just trying to see whether it will work. Although then those companies, they gave us ajẹwọ, this guy, this multiverse infino ajẹwọ, they later complained. We spent, I think, We didn't know. Actually, they're supposed to have told us that these things we are doing because anything we do, they do charge them. They didn't tell us anything. They just gave us pass. Oh yeah, ẹ lọ máa ṣe practice. So bí a ṣe ń ṣe kíní ẹ, as we were doing it, we were just happy that he's responding, he's giving us what we want. We never knew that wọ́n ti jẹ gbèsè. We spent within 3 weeks. We are 10 in number that they trained. We spent I think $7,000
Damn.
within 3 weeks. We didn't know. We were just clicking and be happy say this thing dey work. We never knew that they were charging them badly for it until they have to stop all subscription. Our company pé kò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. They now told us that àti jẹ́ kí company ti jẹ gbèsè just based on training, just only training we have consumed $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
We let them know that they're supposed to be the one to have carried us along, that this thing you are
Yes.
doing is expensive or is doing this, but we didn't know. We're just clicking. We think it's click and drag. We're just playing. So ever since then, if not one take note, okay, before I do anything, I'll make sure I check the charge. Although they were giving me, they need to check of charge me $700. So I'll just think it's just there for fun. The $700, since it's not from my pocket, I never knew they're deducting it from the company. Now just doing $700. Mo ṣe bí ẹ̀mẹ́ta. It's not only me. So that's just it. That's one thing about this thing. Although this $200 is limited to some things that we can do, to some things that we cannot do. But nevertheless, you can still do a lot of things with it. Just that, like this logic app now, let's see. But if you have real this thing, or you upgrade to pay as you go, ó máa lọ, ó máa lọ. So maybe immediately after this, not even maybe immediately after this link, this meeting, I will want the other system, or yes, I want the other system. Let me check now, sir. If it is something I can just send to you now on WhatsApp. So you just follow the. Let me check. I should have the link. Um, um, what's this? Azure service. Azure network. Kubernetes. Link it pọ̀ jù. January, no. February, no. April, yeah. Should be between April. So what I'll do is I'll kindly find it. I have a lot of links there. So I'll find the link, or better still, I'll send the whole. Yes. I'll send it to be in form of PDF. So on that PDF, I have the links there. Fine. I have the link there. So
Okay.
yes, I'll do it that way. But it's on other system, so I'll automatically shut down. Automatically log out. I'll just use that one to enter and extract it out. So I'll send it.
Mm-hmm.
So with that one, I believe and I trust you. You do more than expected. You do more than
Yeah, I'll
expected.
try.
You are from which
I'll
state,
take
sir?
my ticket again. Osun State.
Start the production.
Ọmọ Ògbóyè. Ọmọ Ògbóyè.
Èmi ò mọ oníṣẹ́ o. But
Where
I'm of Osun State.
in Osun?
Ìlà Ọ̀gùn.
Are you joking?
I'm from Ìlà Ọ̀gùn náà. Ìlà Ológun ẹ̀ mú ogun tiwa.
Irọ́ ni o. Ìlú mi nìyẹn náà.
Really?
Mo máa gbowó training mi padà, ó ṣọ́ọ̀jù.
Ó ṣọ́ọ̀jù. Really?
Àfọlọ́lọ́run fún wọn.
Wow. Ọmọlẹ́lẹ́rìn ọ̀nà lèmi.
ọmọdé alámàlà ilé eléré kan ló ti wá.
Ah, actually mi ò délé rí o.
Irọ́ ni o. Where did you
Sincerely,
grow up?
mi ò délé rí.
Where did you grow up?
Lagos, I was birthed there in Lagos. I live here in Lagos. Just that my family, my wife and children, they are not here in Lagos. They are in Osun State, but Osogbo.
Are you serious?
We live in Osogbo.
Okay.